Autonomous trucking could be huge for helping to reduce costs for distributors in years ahead. And of course, Canada should become something of a global player here. We have plenty of trucks with plenty of expertise. We're joined now by one of the participants in this industry, Raghavender Sahdev, CEO of NuPort Robotics. Raghavender, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Can you just remind us, now you have teamed up with Canadian Tire, I believe. It's a pilot project at a big distribution centre, and you're working with a Volvo 18-wheeler that would be driven automatically.
Yes, Andrew, we are working with a Volvo 18-wheeler with Canadian Tire. And we are very excited about the strides that we've made over the last couple of years. The truck has been undergoing tests rigorously over the last few years, and right now we're in the process of commercializing with several other customers in addition to Canadian Tire.
And so what do you do? What does NuPort bring?
So what we bring from NuPort is we work with any company that owns or operates trucks. So we retrofit existing trucks and enable them to drive autonomously from point A to point B. So what I mean by that is we go to a customer, and let's say the customer has a fleet of 100 trucks. We go in there and tell them that, hey, we are going to take your existing trucks and give them the ability to autonomously drive, which then directly leads to cost savings from labor, maintenance, fuel savings, and makes the trucks more fuel efficient and safer to deploy. So the resultant is that the throughput for a distribution center can be much higher than what it is today. Mm-hmm. And with the direct obvious benefits being cost savings in terms of labor cost, fuel efficiency, and overall improved asset utilization.
From some of the stuff I'm reading, robot trucks can have trouble with turns in lower light and also left turns. Is that a thing you've come across?
Yes, we've handled left turns as well, but I just want to clarify that we are currently in the process of commercializing on private sites, meaning our entire focus is to deploy autonomy in a very phased manner. So we want to work on private sites first, get to a point where these trucks are able to drive in a driverless fashion on private sites, private roads or private highways, and then move on to public roads. Mm-hmm. So our whole thesis is to deploy autonomy in a very realistic manner, such that we can remove these drivers, basically have these trucks operating in a very cost-effective manner.
Did I say, we just showed some stock footage there, and the wheel was turning. Does your system actually turn the steering wheel?
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole game. Like, we control the steering, braking, throttle autonomously based on the sensors that are installed on the truck. So the sensors are able to view what's happening all around the truck. Mm-hmm. And that gives these trucks the ability to steer, brake, or throttle. So those are the primary three commands that the truck uses to navigate autonomously in a distribution center or a private or a public road.
And it's interesting that you're not going on the public roads yet, because of course that brings new challenges. The trucking industry itself is looking at massive labor shortfalls, apparently short of tens of thousands of drivers in North America. Is that partly what you're getting at, though? Is it hard to find workers to do these jobs, driving stuff around giant sites?
Exactly. Like, we've seen there's a lot of driver shortage in the trucking industry. So it's not, I want to clarify, this is not to replace the existing drivers, it's to augment the driver shortage, meaning there's a lot of trucking companies that are not able to find the drivers or not able to find the drivers at the right dollar value. Mm-hmm. So, and we've seen this because we deploy our trucks in remote sites in northern Canada as well. And we've seen that there is just not enough people or just not enough drivers to drive these trucks, which then directly impacts the economy at scale. If you start thinking about it, meaning like you and me, we have tables, chairs, everything that we use in our daily lives come on trucks. So if we start seeing a bottleneck in terms of driver shortage, there is a technology that has to be able to address that and directly impact lives and make the world a better place, because then we're not waiting for a shortage for a pack of chips, let's say at a Walmart store or any other store.
And just tell us about NuPort. Where are you based?
So currently NuPort is headquartered in Toronto, and we have operations in several provinces in Canada, and we just expanded to the US. So we have a presence in the US as well.
I see the Golden Gate Bridge behind you. Are you in San Francisco now?
I was there last week. Next week I'll be in San Francisco, but today I'm in Toronto.
Oh, I see, right. And it really is fascinating. It feels like we're just on the cusp of seeing robotic vehicles rolling out, maybe more slowly on public roads, but they're already in warehouses, aren't they? Robot forklift trucks are the equivalent.
Yes, we have seen a lot of robots in the manufacturing warehouse. We have seen some robotic forklifts as well. What NuPort is doing is bringing the robots or bringing these autonomous trucks inside a distribution center and expanding that gradually towards public roads. So the whole intent is to deploy these trucks in a very controlled environment where we can control the variables at a very with high confidence, and then operate these trucks in a driverless manner and then gradually move towards public roads. We have collected extensive amount of data on public roads as well, but we are just approaching autonomy in a much more cautious, safe, and a realistic manner, where the investment that we bring in is directly tied towards our outcomes in the form of revenue that we generate from customers, at the same time providing immediate value to our customers.
Raghavender, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Raghavender Sahdev, CEO at NuPort Robotics. Up